What's up? Happy Sunday evening. Anyone else feel like their days just kind of blend together? It's a giant blend. Everything's a blend. Blending. How are you? I hope everyone had a magnificent weekend. Magnificent, magical. Yes. Bear with me because I'm having some inner ear pressure because I only have half a joint in my jaw. So it causes pressure when the barometric pressure changes. So if my eyes are watery, that's why. All right. So talking about the kiddos again and creating that communication, I think is what I said. I don't know. We're going to go with it. So I did write a book, and I think like 10 or 15 of you bought the book. And read it and got some good feedback. But I'm actually going to be working with my cousin, who is also a writer and an editor. And he's written 2 books. Sean P. So yes, we were going to talk through that tonight and make it an official book and not just an ebook. But I do talk about 7 steps to creating a good relationship with your kids or something like that. But first and foremost, realizing how you're showing up for your kids, because oftentimes we say as parents, I wish my kid would just do this, or I wish my kid would just do that. But at the beginning and the end of the day, our kids are a reflection of how we are. So I was not always a great parent. I will be the first to say that and the first to admit that. And it took a lot of soul searching and a lot of healing to be in the space of how am I showing up for my kids and who am I being while I'm saying my kids are bad, my kids don't listen, my kids this, blah, 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 blah. All the typical old parenting. Whoo, that's a lot of calories. All the typical angry parenting that some of us do. And sorry, we just got my little guy home. So my daughter's all loving on him.
Yes, sir.
Do you have shorts on?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anyway, so I had to start self-analyze who I was being when it came to my kids. And I know that seems like a silly question. Well, I'm being a parent, but no, it's about what we bring home to our kids and the energy that we choose to bring home to our children after having a rough day, after people at work pissing us off, after our spouse pissing us off, or having an argument with somebody and bringing that energy home to our kids when they don't deserve that. They don't know what's going on. All they want is your love and affection. So I had to sit down and think, especially prior to when I left my relationship, because I realized that what was going on is not what I wanted for my kids. It's not the lifestyle. And I wanted to break that generational cycle of abuse and toxicity. And I be the first to say I fucked up too. So it happens. But it's about acknowledging where you messed up and apologizing authentically and not allowing those same mistakes to happen. So I had to come to terms with who I was being in the moment and who I wanted to be for my kids for the future. So, and in many aspects, when I first got divorced, I thought I was protecting my kids, but I was really a helicopter mom. As my daughter's glaring at me, what you got to say? Hold up, legs. Don't bring your legs on camera.
I'm crouching.
Oh, helicopter mom. I was protecting you.
Protecting meaning we couldn't leave the house besides school and sports because she didn't want us to stay home 24/7, but at the same time she didn't want us to leave her sight.
No,
I don't see anything wrong with that. I think that's protecting at 13, 14 years old.
As I was into a freshman.
As I was running around the neighborhood at the same age, taking trains and buses with my mom not knowing where the hell I was.
Mm-hmm.
Protecting. More like I knew what was going on and I didn't want that to happen to my kids.
Except for the fact that we didn't live by a train and we wouldn't go to the city. Mm-hmm.
I didn't go to the city.
Mm.
I went other places.
You didn't touch the woods.
So, what the hell was I saying? Oh, who you're being. So I thought I was being a protective mom. And then I had the 8th grade school counselor pull me in the office and say, so Jasmine's never had a sleepover. And
I've had 2 sleepovers in my life. One of them was a babysitting sleepover because the youngest was born, and the other one was, I don't even know how I got in that situation, but I got that one.
I don't even know. But yeah, so.
Oh, I know, because I ended up with sand in my hair, and then he got mad in the second one and just took me home.
Yo, okay, so like low key, like obviously my kids are mixed. So I just washed and braided and conditioned her hair, and then she went to the sleepover, and then they was throwing sand in each other's hair, and she got home and there was sand all up in her hair after it was, oh Lord Jesus.
That's a fun time.
I was like, no more sleepovers. No more sleepovers.
And then I got one when I was in like the 4th or 5th grade.
Well, now they come here.
Now they do.
Yeah.
I'm almost 18.
Oh, hey, whatever.
She's grown a lot, but she's grown a lot.
Those are my babies. I love you too.
Me too.
Okay. So who are you being and how are you showing up for your kids? So for me, I definitely had to change and evolve and stop being that helicopter mom and over.
Be more open-minded.
What?
I said be more open-minded.
Yeah, be more open-minded that my kids were not going to be as like me. Devious and cause, well, you are devious and cause trouble too.
Extreme trouble. Don't talk about it. You need to find stuff. You're still finding stuff out about our childhood.
I am. These kids are ridiculous. What? Barbara Patterson says my sleepover, we robbed Buffalo Bill's grave. Holy shit. That's amazing. I mean, it's horrible, but it's amazing. We used to do we were able to do prank calls when we were kids because we didn't have caller ID back then.
You
So
can still prank call. If you know how to do it right.
what, *67, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, *67, is that still a thing? I remember when it came out and we were like, oh my god. Anyway, who you're being for your kids. If I did not evolve and if I didn't have that talk with the kids' school counselor of they kind of need to have a life and what were you doing at that age? I was like, So just evolving and realizing I had to heal my own past traumas in order to allow my kids to grow and evolve into the spirits and the humans that they need to be for the world. And yeah. So that's that. What? How? Okay. For me,
Right.
in the last 6 years, what's been like the best transformation for you, for me as your mom, being open? Like what?
I believe in you. Come on now.
Just shut up. We have this fun relationship now.
That is very true.
So when I started transforming, like they were like, what's going
Very
on?
skeptical because we have trust issues
For
multiple reasons.
a lot of reasons. What's been the biggest impact for you?
There's a lot of portions. Just the fact that you're more like accepting towards things. There's the fact that you actually like listen and pay attention to things instead of just like, no, that's not allowed. No. There's the factor of you're letting yourself breathe more, which lets us breathe more.
What you mean?
Uh-huh. Hey!
We don't talk about that though.
Right. Mm-hmm. Anyways.
Honey, please.
Oh my goodness. What else? There's a bit. You don't like force things on us.
Yeah,
Like
no.
you never did, but
Never.
like you we can watch you grow and like take from it, but you're not like, no, I'm doing this, so you need to do this.
Ew, no. Mm-mm.
Anyways,
Yeah. So let your kids be who they need to be. All too often, and even on the other side, it's
that's not this type of discussion.
yeah, it's
Good vibes only. Shush.
It's
Good vibes only.
shh. Let your kids be who they need to be. They're not meant to follow what we want them to be. They're meant to follow their own path and their own journey. And I think a lot of parents forget that.
I think a lot
Everyone,
of parents expect their kids to be the best A1 people they can be because they put what they couldn't do growing up onto their kids.
oh shit, real talk from a 17-year-old.
I mean, it's true though, because like a lot of parents, they're just like on top of their kids, and you were for a portion of time too. And oh my gosh, I hated every second of it, very much so. But like, it's just like a lot of parents tend to put their dreams or whatever they couldn't accomplish onto their kids, and they're like, no, you need to do it this way. You need to have this, this, and this. If you do too much of this, you can't do that. And it's like, bro.
Or like straight A's, you have to be that straight A student. Like to me, if you're doing your best, I mean, she gets straight A's. My 16-year-old is in all AP classes getting straight A's. And I used to be that like, you need to get straight A's, you need to do this, until I realized that grades don't really freaking matter. But now he's in all AP classes getting straight A's. The moment I backed off, bye Barbara. The moment I backed off of who you need to be, then that's when they kind of started expanding into who they're supposed to be, I guess. In a way. So, you know.
I'm still figuring it out. But like, you can't just like expect your children to be. You can hope your children can be better than you and exceed you, but you cannot try and force them in that path, because it's not going to work. It's just not.
You're going to naturally fight against it.
Yeah, I did it
a couple times.
Anyways, that's it for my TED Talk. Bye. I feel like I spoke a lot. I'll be here next week. Maybe.
Well,
bye.
Love you. Goof.
My knees hurt.
That's my daughter. She's very outspoken and happy sometimes, most of the time, that I created that. So yeah. So in my book, we kind of go through the who are you being for your kids and the how are you showing up for your kids. And truly hearing them and hearing what they have to say, not cutting them off mid-sentence and not forcing them into your own belief system. Everyone has their own belief system. Great stream, A+. Thank you, Richard. Oh, hey, buddy. I haven't talked to you in a while. Sorry for the high pitch. Kind of miss you. Don't tell them, if something happened traumatic in their lives, don't tell them that that's not what happened, because we can all experience the same situation and take something away from it from our own point of view. So again, my kids, or if anyone,
I heard it. I heard the line. I had to come back. I heard the line. I want to pray. I fucking love you.
Okay, go. I don't know what the hell you're finna say. But
You said don't tell your kids that something didn't happen. I'm dying.
Sweat, you got me rolling. Let's go.
Oh, okay,
All
so
right.
basically, and you want to come in here? Come here. You just bend down. You look taller than me. I don't like that. Sit completely. Thank you. So basically, especially because like me growing up type stuff. Hi. Especially
Just letting the kids take over the live, guys. No big deal.
Especially for me growing up, there's been a lot of moments where it's like it messes with your head. Being a child is not easy. Being a parent to a child is not easy in the slightest. Y'all ain't prepared. Nobody is prepared. But
We love you too, Barb.
But yeah, you can't like try and belittle someone's feelings, especially your own kids, because it's gonna become really toxic, and it's gonna feel like at least in a kid's perspective, you're gonna
He tried. It's okay.
anyways. Shh, serious moment. Don't you guys go tomorrow? Don't you like shower or something?
He showered at Dad's.
Make sure you get your stuff ready for school. Oh. Right, I'm sorry.
We like Anna. Go for it.
Right. So basically, don't, even if you somehow forgot, or like there's bits and pieces that aren't matching up, everybody's version of something is going to be very different.
Yes, Krista.
Everybody's version of what happens is going to be different, but no matter what, it's all going to still link up together. So don't try and just be like, oh, that didn't happen, or oh, I don't remember that, because it happened in some form of way, whether it's the way you remember or the other person remembered it. Both stories are still going to collide, and then it's just going to become your child is not going to want to talk to you about things because you're going to be like, oh, well, that didn't ever happen. This was your imagination. I never said that. And then they're just going to completely shut off. That's all I got to say.
So basically, like I was saying,
Okay, bye.
when you
Okay, one more hug.
okay, baby, I
And
love
one
you.
more kiss.
Thank you. Don't forget to brush your teeth, okay? You got 40 minutes. I know. Bedtimes suck, don't they?
Yes.
Okay. That's 2 out of the 3 of mine. So bouncing off what my daughter was saying, just acknowledging, it's so important to acknowledge when you fuck up, because we do fuck up as parents, and not belittle them. One more hug, one more kiss, always. Yes, we thought we could protect them when the
That's
truth.
another kiss.
He gave me Santa Hershey kiss. His dad bought him a fucking like 3-pound bag of Hershey kisses. Ugh, we just got done with Halloween.
Then choose a snack.
All right, buddy. Acknowledgement is so huge, and it means such a big difference for your kids when you can acknowledge when you, Richard, when you mess up. And it's okay, because we all mess up. Kids mess up, adults mess up, and like I tell my kids, like, adults are just giant teenagers with a lot of responsibility, trying to figure out life. That's pretty much what we are, because everyone my age still acts like kids. We just have to pay for more shit, including our kids. So, on realizing when you need outside help. So, without disclosing too much of our personal life, there's kind of a situation, and thank you, Barb. And basically, my 16-year-old needs some more male figures in his life, more open, growth-minded, and there's one. I got the last one. What's up?
Were you talking about me?
Well, I was just, without divulging too much information. So far, Jazz and Jay have been on, so you're the only one that hasn't been on yet.
Am I allowed to be on shirtless?
They're not boobs.
Just don't forget to mention how manly I am.
Why would she lie? It's not good to lie to people about this.
No, buddy. So reaching out to others. I'm a mom of 3, and
Actually, a 5. Don't you be lying.
yes, the furry babies, and then your friends. So I don't know. I'm a mom of like.
That's why you know
A
what's
lot.
I have a lot of kids I'm responsible for emotionally and physically, including furry ones. But y'all, I'm going to get through this live, guys. I'm really going to get through this live. But there comes a point in time for me as a mom where I don't have all the answers. And here's one of my
You're not supposed to. Nobody has all the answers.
But that's where the old saying, it takes a village to raise a family. It truly takes a village. And I'm so excited to be a part of the Unleash You Now family because I was able to reach out and say, you know, my son needs someone to talk to and kind of needs more support than we're getting. And he's getting that right now. So understanding as a parent that you can't do it all yourself, you don't have all the answers, and it's okay to reach out because it does truly take a village to raise a family. That's the bottom line. It's just put the pride away and reach out. And then if y'all could only see what was going on behind the camera. And then understanding that you need to set up that open space for your kids. Thankfully, I was able to do that when my older two were. Krista, yes, he does have a big brother now. Yeah, and he doesn't even know it.
You gotta get the design.
I'm an elf.
Oh, Lord Jesus, help me get through this. Help me get through this.
Helping you get through this.
Giving them the space and setting the space and the tone to be open with your kids. Watch his face. You don't know how to kick properly.
I moved his.
Barb says, that says so much about you, Nick, that so many kids come from you and can be open. Oh, Barb, man, I have so many kids in and out. And kids that I coach that come to me and yeah, I'm like, I don't know. I love the responsibility that God has given me in molding young minds and spirits. It's humbling and it's beautiful, and it's been a pleasure to not only grow my kids' spirits, but also other kids' spirits and teen spirits. It's not the Nirvana song either. But yeah, being in my purpose is amazing. So thanks. Only in your
You're
house.
fine.
Watch his face. Yes, Krista. Probably only in my house. Watch his face. You don't know how to kick properly. So I will occasionally train my kids on certain martial arts, but they don't have control over their kicks or their punches yet. So,
What do you mean? What do you call this?
oh my God. I can't
I
even.
call that the 012.
This is, yeah, I love doing lives. I wish I could have known how to do that. I wish I could get my 42-year-old twin to let me apologize for my shortcomings. You know what, Barb? Write a letter. Write a letter and start. Write a letter and start just. I say, just get everything out. And if you feel prompted to send it, then send it. Not twin. That, like your child twin? I don't know. But letters are good. And even if it's just letters of intent, those are good. It's a good start. So yeah, setting the open space. So sorry, I got way off track, but this is good. Thank you all for the engagement. When in 2016, it was a definite shift for my older two. So Barb, we only have control over us. We're not responsible for other people's feelings. We're not responsible for other people's healing. We're not responsible for how other people receive what we're trying to say. We are only responsible for ourselves and our own actions. So if you do the work for healing, the rest would be on him.
Don't let somebody else's emotions stop you from becoming who you want to be.
Okay. And then setting that open space, like Jazz was saying, it was weird for them at first when I started transitioning, because I was raising them how I was raised, but I had to, there was the last few years where it just was not sitting right in my spirit, and I wanted to break the generational cycle and curses, not only from my side, but from my ex's side. And the only way to do that was to leave. And then to further do that was to continue to grow and evolve. And my kids went from being in an environment that was pretty much shut up and sit down, we don't want to hear you, and abusive and toxic, to
Everybody in the household besides the youngest.
to
Oh, open-minded, trusting.
But how long did that like it took a solid like 6 months to a year for the kids to feel comfortable and be like, oh, this is the new mom.
It took a year plus 6 months. We were still iffy. We were just like,
Yeah.
It gets to the point where at first it's just like very awkward and you don't know what to do, to the point of like still very awkward, but you're kind of adjusting with her or parent in general, depending on who it's
Yeah.
with. And then to the point of, okay, they're trying, so maybe I should try too, because it takes two people to tango. And then
Did you just go
I have a blanket on. I'm fine.
purchase.
okay?
And
What do you mean?
That's Jazzy's.
This is mine.
no, it's his.
Okay.
Just because it's colorful don't mean it's jazzy.
Hi.
It's cold. I'm thinking something
He's
else.
on. This is my 16-year-old,
Youngin.
my youngin.
Yeah.
What you gotta say?
Hi.
Do you even know what we're talking about?
No.
Okay. That's perfectly fine.
What are we talking about?
Also switched, and how mom switched to becoming more open and less toxic about things in the beginning, and how it was really awkward, and then how it took us about almost a year to get used to it, and even then we still weren't used to it.
Keep up the good work.
All right, guys. So, yeah, basically understanding how you're being and how you're showing up for your kids. It's a lot of, if you want your kids to shift and transform, you yourself have to shift and transform. It's not just gonna, you can't yell at them, you can't whoop them into behaving the way you want. Once they're 6 years old, their personality set. Once they're 12 years old, who their belief system is set. So you have to lead by example at that point. And if you're not willing to lead by example, they're not going to shift. You have to shift first.
And it's going to be painful, especially if you start later in the years and stuff has already happened. It's going to be the worst chest pains of your life. You're going to be emotional. You're going to have to break down walls that you didn't even know you put up. It's going to be terrible.
For everyone involved.
But it'll be worth it, especially if you want a relationship with your kids that you're close enough, which she wanted and she finally got.
I quite literally manifested, and
It was funny because when I was growing up, she was just like, I want us to have a good relationship. I don't want to have a bad relationship. And a bunch of things happened, including you. And here we are.
and here we are.
Okay.
But yeah. So we go, actually in my book, we go through 7 different stages and a whole bunch of exercises, and we do the work. And then with the teen parent course, so how it's going to work is the teens 11 through 17, they will have their own course, and then the parents will have their course an hour after the kids. So it will be 2 separate, but the activities and the information will be in unison with each other. So that way you as the parents are able to evolve with your kids and kind of start to learn how to break those generational curses and cycles as your teens are learning how to stand in their power and overcome their trials and tribulations that they're going through. I do follow HIPAA just because I am a mandated court reporter. So just with my other job, so I just keep that authenticity and integrity. So unless I feel somebody is going to be put in harm's way or harming themselves, everything is confidential and stays within the groups. And if somebody wants to talk to me one off, I also keep that between us unless I feel someone's going to self-harm or harm somebody else. So there's that.
She is the best person to talk to about issues.
What?
Even if it feels awkward at first.
I'm pretty open with my kids. My kids come to me for damn near everything.
Even if it takes a while to get to it.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at pulling it out.
And
I do the.
she gave us her stubbornness. She don't like it. It's kind of funny.
It's funny and it's not because they're mini me's. So, and that's when you have to reach out to other people. So, like with my 16-year-old, I had to reach out to one of the guys and be like, yo, help. So, recognizing that.
But back to the point. If you need to talk to her or feel like, you need somebody outside of your family or friend circle who's kind of like a stranger, but you'll still possibly get close with through her course, most likely, reach to her. She's amazing. And I'm not just saying that because she's my mother, because I would tell you straight up if she was not.
Yeah, her friends would too. But so the course is gonna start it's gonna be on a Tuesday night. It's going to be December 8th is the first course. So I'm gonna put the link to schedule an entry call in the comments when this is all done. And I look forward to seeing everyone so we can break through and create this amazingness. Love y'all. Thank you for tuning in. I know it was a long live, but I'm pretty sure it was worth it.
Hope you got some laughs.
Mwah.